The Croatian national football team represents Croatia in international football. The team is controlled by the Croatian Football Federation, the governing body for football in the country. A FIFA-recognised national side has previously represented the short-lived Banovina of Croatia and independent state of Croatia in 19 friendly matches between 1940 and 1944. This team was dissolved in 1945 as Croatia became a constituent federal republic of SFR Yugoslavia. In the period between 1945 and 1990, Croatia did not field a separate team for competitive matches and Croatian players played for the Yugoslavian national football team. The modern Croatian team was formed in 1990, shortly before Croatia's independence from Yugoslavia, and by 1993 had gained membership in FIFA and UEFA. The team played their first competitive matches in the successful qualifying campaign for UEFA Euro 1996, leading to their first appearance at a major tournament. In Croatia's FIFA World Cup debut in 1998, the team finished third and provided the tournament's top scorer, Davor Angstrom Jurka. Since becoming eligible to compete in international tournaments, Croatia have failed to qualify for only one World Cup and one European Championship. Most home matches are played at the Maksimir Stadium in Zagreb, with some fixtures also taking place at the Poljud Stadium in Split or at other, smaller venues, such as Kantrida Stadium in Rijeka or Gradski Vrt in Osijek. The team was undefeated in its first 36 home competitive matches at Maksimir, the run ending with a defeat to England in September 2008. The team's traditional nickname is Vitrini. The team was named FIFA's Best Mover of the Year in 1994 and 1998, the only team along with Colombia to win the award more than once. On admission to FIFA, Croatia was ranked 125th in the world. Following the 1998 World Cup campaign, the side rose to third place in the rankings, making it the most volatile team in FIFA rankings history. Pre-independence. Football was introduced to Croatia by English expatriates in Rijeka and Angstrom one-half Upanja in 1873. The official rule book was recognized in 1896. By 1907 local clubs had been established in Croatia and a modern edition of the sports laws was published. FIFA records document a Croatian national team playing a full-length fixture against domestic opposition in 1907. Before the nation's independence, Croatian footballers played for the national teams of the Kingdom of Yugoslavia and the Socialist Federal Republic of Yugoslavia, though during periods of political upheaval, ethnically Croatian sides sometimes formed to play unofficial matches. A hastily arranged national side, managed by Hugo Kinert, played a few private domestic matches in 1918 a Euro 19. In 1940, Jezo Jakobia led an unofficial national team representing the Banovina of Croatia in 4 friendly matches, 2 against Switzerland and 2 against Hungary. Croatia made their debut as an independently sanctioned team by defeating the Swiss for a Euro 0 in Zagreb on April 2, 1940. Following invasion by the Axis powers, the Croatian Football Federation became briefly active, joining FIFA on July 17, 1941, as the independent state of Croatia. The national side, under the direction of Rudolf Itrek, played 15 friendly matches, 14 as an official FIFA member. Croatia's first recorded result as a FIFA associate was a 1-1 tie with Slovakia on September 8 in Bratislava. Further matches were played until 1945 when the independent state of Croatia was abolished and the Socialist Federal Republic of Yugoslavia assumed control, thereby ending the team's affiliation with FIFA. From 1950 to 1956 another unofficial Croatian team was briefly active. It won games against Indonesia and a Yugoslav team playing as Serbia. The Yugoslavia squad at the 1956 Summer Olympics included Croatian footballers, as did Yugoslavia in World Cup and European Championship tournaments up to 1990. Official formation. The last Yugoslav team to field a considerable Croatian contingent played against Sweden on May 16, 1991, days before Croatia's independence referendum. Another Croatian team formed during this time. It played its first modern international game, against the United States, on October 17, 1990, at Maksimir Stadium. The game, which Croatia won 2-1, was one of 3 games played under original manager Drilla Three-Quarters and Jerkovic. Croatia won twice more under his direction before Stanko Popovic and Vlatko Markovic each briefly headed the team. The match against the American side also marked the introduction of Croatia's national jersey. Designed with unique checkers, the initial kit was widely acknowledged for its originality. Croatia was still considered part of Yugoslavia until its independence declaration on October 8, 1991, but this team already served as a de facto national team. In mid-1992 the team joined FIFA and UEFA. The team's performances before Croatia's independence were not recorded by FIFA, so they entered the world rankings in 125th place. Miroslav Blaha Three-Quarters Evija was appointed manager and oversaw the team's qualifying campaign for Euro '96, beginning with Croatia's first officially recognised post-independence victory, a 2-0 win over Estonia on September 4, 1994. Their first competitive defeat came on June 11, 1995, with a 1-0 away loss to Ukraine during the same qualifying campaign. They finished on top of their qualifying group and won FIFA's 1994 Best Mover of the Year award as their international rankings rose. Golden Generation. Goran Vlahovic scored the team's first goal at a major tournament, a late winner against Turkey at the City Ground during Euro '96. After their opening victory, Croatia beat reigning champions Denmark 3-0, a match in which striker Davor Angstrom Jurka scored with a lob from 12 yards after receiving a long pass. He later described the goal as a favourite. Croatia lost 3-0 to Portugal in their final group fixture but still advanced to the knockout stages, where they were beaten 2-1 by eventual champions Germany in the quarter-finals. Miroslav Blaha Three-Quarters Evija remained as manager during Croatia's 1998 World Cup qualifying campaign, which ended successfully with victory over Ukraine in the playoffs. In the group stage of the World Cup, Croatia beat Jamaica and Japan but lost to Argentina, before defeating Romania to reach a quarter-final tie against Germany, then ranked second in the world. Though regarded as underdogs, Croatia won 3-0, with goals from Robert Jani, Goran Vlahovic and Davor Angstrom Jurka after Christian Waparagraf RNS was sent off for Germany. Croatia faced the host nation, France, in the semi-final. After a goalless first half, Croatia took the lead, only to concede 2 goals by opposing defender Lilian Thuram and lose 2-1. Croatia won third place by defeating the Netherlands, and Davor Angstrom Jurka won the Golden Boot award for scoring the most goals in the tournament. This was among the best debut performances in the World Cup, and as a result, Croatia were placed third in the January 1999 FIFA World Rankings, their highest ranking to date. Croatia again won the Best Mover of the Year award in 1998. For their achievements, the team of the 1990s was dubbed the Golden Generation. Many of these players were also in the former Yugoslavia under-20 team which won the 1987 FIFA World Youth Championship in Chile. Despite these successes in their first 2 major competitions, Croatia finished third in their Euro 2000 qualifying group, behind Federal Republic of Yugoslavia and Republic of Ireland, and thus failed to qualify. Both fixtures between Croatia and Yugoslavia ended in draws. This fueled a politically based tension between fans of the 2 teams, and political protests broke out during the fixture in Belgrade. The return match in Zagreb ended in a 2-2 draw, preventing Croatia from qualifying for the tournament. Decline under Josia and Beria in the early 2000s, coach Blaha Three-Quarters Evija resigned in autumn 2000 and Mirko Josia was appointed his successor. Despite the retirement of many Golden Generation players, Croatia were unbeaten in their qualifying matches for the 2002 World Cup. They commenced the tournament campaign with a narrow loss to Mexico before producing a surprise 2-1 victory over Euro 2000 finalists Italy in the next fixture. At the tournament, the team blamed the pressure of high expectations for their final fixture loss to Ecuador, which prevented their progression to the knockout stages. Josia resigned and was replaced in July 2002 by former Fenerbahce Section E coach Otto Beria, the team's first manager born outside the Balkans. Under Beria, Croatia performed indifferently in the Euro 2004 qualifiers, reaching the tournament finals with a playoff 2-1 on aggregate win against Slovenia, with Dado Prao's crucial goal in the second leg. At the tournament, Croatia drew 2-2 with reigning champions France but lost to England and were eliminated in the group stage. Beria's two-year contract ended in July 2004 and was not renewed. Kranjčar and Bilija's revival. Former Croatia international Zlatko Kranjčar, appointed to succeed Beria in July 2004, oversaw Croatia's qualification for the 2006 World Cup without losing a match, but was accused of nepotism for selecting his son Niko for the national squad. Croatia lost their opening game to Brazil and drew 0-0 with Japan after Darijo Srna missed a first-half penalty. A 2-2 draw with Australia, in which 3 players were sent off, confirmed Croatia's elimination at the group stage. The game was notable also for a mistake by referee Graham Poll, who awarded 3 yellow cards to Croatia's Josip Angstrom Imunia, after mistaking him for an Australian player due to his Australian accent. Poll, heavily criticised for losing control of the match, retired from refereeing shortly afterwards. The HNS replaced Kranjčar with Slaven Bilija in July 2006. Bilija appointed several younger players to the squad and saw early success, including a 2-0 friendly victory over Italy in his first match. Having controversially suspended players Darijo Srna, Ivica Olja and Boako Balaban for missing a curfew after a Tabo Folk nightclub outing, Bilija led the team in qualification for Euro 2008. They topped their group, losing only 1 game and beating England twice, who consequently failed to qualify for the first time since 1984. After primary striker Eduardo da Silva suffered a compound fracture while playing for Arsenal in the Premier League, Bilija was forced to alter his tournament squad significantly and recruited Nikola Kalinja and Nikola Pokriva, neither of whom had yet played competitive games for the national team. The team received criticism after poor attacking performances in warm-up games against Scotland and Moldova, but at the tournament beat Austria, Germany, and Poland to reach the quarter-finals with maximum group points for the first time in their tournament history. Niko Korva remained team captain at what was expected to be his final international tournament, except in the final group fixture when Dario Angstrom Imunia temporarily held the position. Croatia's tournament run ended dramatically when they lost a penalty shootout to Turkey, but secured the tournament record for fewest goals conceded, fewest games lost, and earliest goal. Amidst speculation that he would quit, manager Bilija renewed his contract, the first manager since Blaha three-quarters ever to lead Croatia to successive tournaments. Croatia were again drawn to play England in the qualification stages of the 2010 World Cup. The tie was voted the most anticipated of the campaign on FIFA.com. After a home win against Kazakhstan, Croatia lost at home to England, ending a 14-year unbeaten home record. The team was eventually burdened with a number of key injuries and went on to suffer their heaviest defeat ever, losing 5-1 to England at Wembley Stadium. Although Croatia defeated Kazakhstan in their final qualifying fixture, they were ultimately eliminated after Ukraine, who had previously defeated group leaders England, beat Andorra to gain second place in the group. Bilija was once again heavily expected to resign as national coach, but instead vowed to renew his contract and remain in charge. Euro 2012. Bilija departs. Despite heavy loss of form, which also saw the team fall outside the top 10 in the FIFA rankings, Croatia were placed in the top tier of teams for the UEFA Euro 2012 qualifying draw. The Croatian Republic was previously a candidate to co-host the tournament with Hungary, which would have allowed the team to qualify automatically. Instead, it was chosen to be played in Poland and Ukraine. Croatia ultimately competed in Group F for qualifying, and, despite being top seeds, only finished second in the group behind Greece, settling for a playoff draw against Euro 2008 rivals Turkey. The build-up towards the matches garnered much global and domestic media attention, with Bilic himself referring the tie as a slight opportunity for revenge. Croatia proceeded to beat Turkey 3-0 on aggregate, with all 3 goals coming in the away leg in Istanbul, thereby qualifying for the 2012 European Championship at Turkey's expense. In the preceding group stage draw for the tournament, Croatia were placed in Pot 3, the third tier of teams, and were eventually grouped with Ireland, Italy and defending champions Spain. In the build-up towards the UEFA Euro 2012 tournament, the team's first major competition since their 2008 run at the same event, manager Slaven Bilic formally agreed a deal to manage Russian club Lokomotiv Moscow, thereby announcing his resignation from the national team. The team was once again garnished by many key injury concerns at the tournament, with long-standing forward Ivica Olja and defender Dejan Lovren missing out on a place in the squad. The team concluded their tournament preparations with friendly fixtures against Estonia and Norway. Croatia opened their tournament campaign with a comfortable 3-1 victory over the Republic of Ireland, with striker Mario Mandzukic scoring twice. Mandzukic continued his run at the tournament with an equaliser in the 1-1 draw against Italy, which was marred by controversial fan reactions and referee decisions from English official Howard Webb. The team ultimately faced a complicated scenario in the build-up to their final group game against reigning champions Spain. UEFA's previous alteration of the tie-breaking criteria forced the national team to retain at least a point in their final game while also scoring at least once to match Italy's head-to-head record against Spain. Croatia ultimately suffered a 1-0 defeat. Moments before Jesus Navas scored the game's only goal, Vedran Orluka was the victim of a necktie tackle by Spain defensive midfielder Sergio Busquets on a corner kick which removed Orluka from a goal-scoring opportunity in the penalty box. The late Spanish goal, along with Italy's victory over the Republic of Ireland, forced Croatia to exit the tournament in the group stage. However, the team subsequently garnered widespread domestic praise for their tournament performance, and were greeted by a large crowd upon their return. Upon his formal departure, Bilic was also praised for his long-standing service to the national side. Domestic media outlet Jutarnji List labelled him as Croatia's only manager to depart on such positive terms and credited him for his strong revival of the national side during his 6-year tenure. 2012 a Euro present. Angstrom Jurka takes over as president. After the Euro, the Croatian Football Federation has chosen a new president, with Croatia's all-time top goal-scorer Davor Angstrom Jurka replacing Vlatko Marković. Following an official meeting in Zagreb, the national side was chosen to be managed by another of its former defenders and analyst of the team's matches, Igor Angstrom Timac. However, Angstrom Timac's reign was deemed unsuccessful, lasting only a year, and he was replaced by former national team captain, Niko Korver, who managed the U21 team at the time. Eventually, the team qualified for the 2014 FIFA World Cup via playoffs. The Croats earned their controversial loss against hosts Brazil, having conceded an own goal by Marcelo before Neymar and Oscar overtook the Croatian team to seal their win in an opening game. In a post-match, Niko Korver cited referee Yuichi Nishimura as ridiculous. Although they easily won their next match 4-0 against Cameroon, they were unable to advance to the knockout stage as they suffer a 3-1 loss to Mexico, who punched their tickets into the knockout round at Croatia's expense. They finished in third place with 3 points in Group A. Colors. Croatia's initial jersey was designed in 1990 by painter Miroslav Angstrom Utić, who also designed the nation's coat of arms. Although slightly altered by manufacturer Lotto and Nike since its original release, the checkered motif was adopted as a symbol of national identity, and similar designs are used by all Croatian national sports teams. Kit history. Stadium. Most home matches take place at the Maksimir Stadium in Zagreb. The venue, built 1912 and refurbished in 1997, is named after the surrounding neighborhood of Maksimir. The stadium has hosted national games since Croatia's competitive home debut against Lithuania. It also hosted the Croatian team's home matches during World War II. the Football Federation and the Croatian government have agreed further improvements that would make Maksimir the most expensive football stadium in the world. However, in 2008, UEFA threatened to limit the number of fans allowed to attend home games after crowd discipline problems during the European Championships. Zagreb Mayor Milan Bandier declined the final renovation plans in 2008, citing high construction costs. As of December 2008, the renovations are postponed. Home matches were occasionally played at other venues. The Poljud Stadium in Split hosted several qualifying fixtures for Euro 1996 and the 1998 World Cup. Ever since the first match in 1995 against Italy, which ended 1-1, Croatia was unable to win an official FIFA-recognised match at Poljud. That fact was known amongst the Croatian public as Poljud curse. The unusual curse was finally broken in June 2011 with a 2-1 win against Georgia. The team also played qualifying matches at Stadion Kantrida in Rijeka, which they are unbeaten at, the Gradski VRT Stadium in Osijek and the Stadion Anelko Hrvatska Stadium in Vera 3/4 din. Home venues record. Since Croatia's first fixture, they have played home games at 9 stadiums. Last updated, Croatia vs Mali May 31, 2014. Statistics include official FIFA-recognised matches only. Supporters: football is Croatia's most popular team sport. By competing in both official and unofficial matches, the national team strengthened the unity of Croatian culture, an accomplishment which the predominant Catholic Church and economy were criticized for failing. After Croatia Euro unregistered trademark's success at the 1998 World Cup, Croatia's President Timan declared that football victories shape a national Euro unregistered trademark's identity as much as wars. American politician and diplomat Strobe Talbot predicted that Croatia Euro unregistered trademark's growth in football would influence that of the nation itself. The national team were greeted by 100,000 citizens from all around the country after their return from the World Cup, where they placed third. Though the relationship between the team and any particular political party has waned since Timan's death in 1999, the team remain patriotic traditions in Croatia as in the rest of Europe. A large part of the team's support base consists of fans of Hajduk Split and Dinamo Zagreb, the two best supported clubs in the Croatian domestic league, the PRVAHNL. The club's ultra-style supporter groups, the Bad Blue Boys of Zagreb and the Torcida from Split, have both been associated with hooliganism, though violence between the two is not reported at international games. Major support for Croatian national team also comes from Croats living in Bosnia and Herzegovina, especially from supporters of HK Zrinjski Mostar. Croatia's supporters are collectively affiliated with UVJRNI, which is the national team's official fan association aiming to bring together all fans around the world. Nonetheless, fan behavior at international games has led to sanctions against the side. Croatia was penalized and threatened with expulsion from UEFA for racist behavior by fans at Euro 2004. On other occasions, Croatia fans defied security regulations. During the 2006 World Cup, a fan evaded security at a German venue and approached Croatian players on the field. He was arrested for trespassing. During a friendly match against Italy in Livorno, a small group of Croatian fans formed a human swastika formation. UEFA penalized the Croatian Football Federation for the incident. Similar events occurred at Euro 2008. UEFA penalized Croatia for a display of racist banners against Turkey, and FIFA fined the Croatian Football Federation for racial abuse of England striker Emil Heskey on September 10, 2008. Croatia fans often use flares in both domestic league derby matches and in international games, a practice which, according to agent Igor Angstrom Timac and midfielder Luka Modric, motivates the Croatian team. The practice is banned at most international games, and Croatia fans have been reprimanded and had devices confiscated by UEFA and FIFA security staff. Croatia fans also clashed with Turkish Muslims during a Euro 2008 game against Turkey. Security was tightened when Croats and Turks gathered in Vienna shortly before the quarter-final game of the tournament. After the match, Croatian fans fought local police and brawled with Turkish fans. Tensions with fans of sides from other former Yugoslav states have also manifested at Croatia games. Croatia fans in the crowd at a June 3, 1990, game between Yugoslavia and the Netherlands booed the Yugoslavian national anthem and players and cheered for the Dutch side instead. Maksimir Stadium was the scene of a riot between Croat and Serb fans at a Dinamo Zagreb Red Star Belgrade game following the parliamentary election the same year. During the 2006 World Cup brawls broke out between Bosniaks and Croats in Mostar. Croatia's problems with its supporters continued throughout the opening round of the Euro 2012 competition as the team was cited for fan behavior that included the display of racist banners and symbols, racist chants, and setting off and throwing fireworks during a match. In addition, the disciplinary case initiated by FIFA after the team's group match versus Spain includes a review of improper conduct by players who received 6 yellow cards during the contest. The team also received constant media attention. Their games are regularly broadcast live on HRT2 also like in the rest of Europe. Shortly after becoming manager, Slaven Bilic and his rock band released a single, Vatreno Ludilo, which recalled the team's progress during the 1998 World Cup and praised their present ambitions. The song reached the top position on the Croatian music charts and was widely played during Euro 2008. Because of Bilic's enthusiasm, the team was dubbed Bilic's Boys. Other Croatian artists such as Dino Vornik, Connect, Pljevo Kazalia T and Baruni have recorded songs in support of the team, among which are Malo Nauzje Al Nauzima, Samoje Jedno, Moj Domje Vatska, SSE Vatreno, and Vatska Prvak Svijata. Competitive record, FIFA World Cup. Croatia qualified for and competed in 3 consecutive World Cup finals between 1998 and 2006, but failed to qualify for the 2010 World Cup in South Africa after finishing third in Group 6 of their qualification group behind England and Ukraine. Although they had joined both FIFA and UEFA by 1992, they were unable to enter the 1994 World Cup as qualification had started before the side was officially recognized. The nation's best performance came in their first World Cup where they finished third. In their following 2 World Cup campaigns they were eliminated after finishing third in their groups. UEFA European Championship. Croatia's best results in UEFA Championships were quarter-final finishes on their debut, in 1996, and in 2008. They did not qualify for the 2000 tournament. The HNS raised an unsuccessful joint bid with the Hungarian Football Federation to co-host the 2012 tournament, which was awarded instead to Poland and Ukraine. Recent results and fixtures. 2014, Players, Current Squad. The following is the final list of players for the 2014 FIFA World Cup. Caps and goals correct as of June 23, 2014 after the match against Mexico. Statistics include official FIFA-recognised matches only. Notes, Ariti, retired from the national team after the World Cup. Recent call-ups, the following players have also been called up to the Croatia squad in the last 12 months and were not named in the above squad list, but are still eligible for selection. Notes, INJ, withdrew due to an injury. Previous squads, statistics, managers. Before Croatia's independence, distinct Croatian football federations and teams were occasionally formed separately from the official Yugoslavian organizations. Ivo Kraljevic served as the manager of the initial federation, established in 1939, and organized non-sanctioned matches played by unofficial national squads up to 1956. These temporary sides, playing non-competitive fixtures, were led by 7 different managers. Statistically, Drena Three-Quarters in Jerkovia and Vlatko Markovic are the most successful managers in Croatia's history. They both recorded victories in each of their few games in charge. Miroslav Blaha Three-Quarters FI holds the highest number of competitive victories, having led Croatia to their best performances at major international tournaments. Last updated, Mexico vs Croatia June 23, 2014. Statistics include official FIFA-recognised matches only. Most appearances. last updated, Mexico vs Croatia June 23, 2014. Statistics include official FIFA-recognised matches only. Top goal scorers, last updated, Mexico vs Croatia June 23, 2014. Statistics include official FIFA-recognised matches only. 1940s participants, from 1940 to 1944 FIFA-affiliated national teams played under the banner of the independent state of Croatia. 19 friendly matches, of which it won 9, drew 4 and lost 6. 12 players scored for the team during this period. Records. Dario Angstrom was Croatia's first player to reach 100 appearances, doing so before his retirement in 2008. This allowed him to surpass Robert Gianni's previous record of 81 appearances. On February 6, 2013, Dario Srna, Josip Angstrom Imunia and Stipe Tikosa each also played their 100th cap for Croatia in the 4-0 friendly victory over South Korea in London. The trio went on to set a new joint record of 101 appearances for the national team on March 22, 2013 in a World Cup qualifying victory against Serbia. With 45 goals scored, Davor Angstrom is Croatia's highest-scoring player. He was named Croatia's Golden Player at the UEFA Jubilee celebration in 2004 in recognition of this achievement. Eduardo da Silva is in a distant second position with 29 goals. Mladen Petric holds the national team record for goals in a single match, having scored 4 times during Croatia's 7-0 home victory over Andorra on October 7, 2006. The national team's joint record for highest-scoring victory comes from 2 7-0 results, over Andorra in 2006 and Australia in 1998. Croatia's worst defeat is also a joint record, the independent state of Croatia side having twice lost 5-1 defeats to Germany in the 1940s. In the modern era, Croatia lost 4-1 to Slovakia in a 1994 friendly and 3-0 to Portugal at Euro 96. The worst defeat in the modern period was the 5-1 loss to England in the 2010 World Cup qualifying campaign. All-time team record. The following tables show Croatia's all-time international record, correct as of June 18, 2014. Draws include knockout matches decided on penalty kicks. Modern Croatian team, pre-independence team, for explanation see, Croatia national football team games Euro 1940s, Croatia v Indonesia, pre-independence period, Croatia Euro list of international matches. All fixtures were friendly. Honours, FIFA World Cup, 3rd place, 1998. Friendly titles, King Hassan II Tournament, winners, 1996. Korea Cup, winners, 1999. Other awards, Best Mover of the Year, 1994, 1998. See also: Croatia national football team results, list of Croatia international footballers, Croatia women's national football team, Croatia national under-21 football team, Croatia national under-20 football team, Croatia national under-19 football team, Croatia national under-17 football team. References. Footnotes. Books, Ramet. P. Sabrina. Thinking About Yugoslavia. Cambridge University. ISBN A0-521-85151-3. Klemena Ia, Mladen. Nogometny Lexicon. Miroslav Krlea 3/4 A Lexicographic Institute. ISBN A953-6036-84-3. Foster, Jane. Footprint Croatia. Footprint Travel Guides. ISBN A1-903471-79-6. Bellamy J., Alex. The Formation of Croatian National Identity. Manchester University Press. ISBN A0-7190-6502-X. Giulianotti, Richard. Entering the Field, New Perspectives on World Football. Berg Publishers. ISBN A1-85973-198-8. External links, official website, official supporters club website, Croatia Euro players stats at RSSSF.